What up, YouTube? Welcome back to the J-Cast. And as you can see, the title of this video is me rebooking SummerSlam 2018. Just some rules for this. I'm going to be basically starting post-WrestleMania. So I can't really change the rosters or change history and time, So basically, Braun Strowman and Nicholas did win the Tag Team Championships. I can't do anything about that. And I'm gonna be somewhat realistic, I can't leave Roman Reigns off the card, even though I don't like his character or his character just sucks to me. He's pretty solid in the ring, but his character sucks. But yeah, so I can't leave him off the card. Obviously, I can't leave Brock Lesnar off the card. I know a lot of people have soured on the Beast lately, and so I'm just gonna keep it realistic. Keep it realistic and just try to make it better because, right now the card is pretty lackluster to me. I mean, I don't really know the full card, but from what I remember, they got Brock versus Roman in their fourth match, I believe. Just not really excited about that. They got AJ versus Joe, which is pretty cool matchup, but for my booking, I'm going to switch it up just a little bit. What else we have? We got Kevin Owens and Strowman. We got Nakamura, Jeff Hardy, and is Randy in that match? I'm not sure yet. We got Charlotte, Becky for SmackDown Women's Championship. We got Alexa Bliss versus Ronda Rousey. We got New Day versus The Bar. We got Finn versus Baron Corbin. That's all the matches I can remember. So I mean, it's not a bad SummerSlam to be honest, but I feel I could do it way better. And I'm not just boosting my own ego. It's just I feel like I could do way better. You guys could tell me if I did way better or not. And so I have 15 matches, I believe. I know it's a lot, but I really try to get everyone on the card. So bear with me, I guess. I got them all on my phone right here, so I'm gonna just go down, check. I guess we'll start with the pre-show. So first match on the pre-show is Jeff Hardy versus Cien, Andrade, Almas. I feel like this would be a good, good pre-show match. I feel the pretty simple build. I guess it'd be Almas would be hey, I'm the new rising star here, and Jeff Hardy's hey, I'm still here. You got to beat the old guard. And then Almas can be saying, hey, Jeff, you do all this high-flying stuff, but I could do it better than you, and, we'll see at SummerSlam. It's a pretty simple build. I mean, it gets Jeff on the card who's, really over, and it gets Almas on the card who just recently debuted and who could really need some recognition on a big show like this. So I feel like that'd be a good, solid pre-show match. I would give Almas the win and go from there. Another pre-show match is Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin, which is already on the card, I know. And this is tough, Finn Balor, he definitely is one of the higher superstars, main event type level, but I really couldn't get him on anywhere here. I mean, I could put him in the IC title match, make it a multi-person match, but I didn't want to do that. So I feel and Baron Corbin, he's getting pushed pretty hardly, so I feel he should be on the card. I'm not a big fan of him, but, constable character. It's actually better than what he was last year. So basically, Finn Balor, I guess he would come on Raw and be hey, I want my Universal title shot. And then Baron Corbin would come and say, as part of management, you're not good enough for a Universal title shot. And kind of just say, hey, his win was a fluke and all that, and that, he's too small. I guess I'll keep that in there. I guess, give something for the feud. And, I'd have Finn definitely win. He definitely needs it. And, so. And the last pre-show match would be Cedric Alexander versus Hideo Itami. So I'm not really following up with 205 Live. So you guys could tell me that if I'm really, off on him, is Hideo Itami even in 205 Live? I know Cedric Alexander is champion. And oddly, they took off the cruiserweights on Raw. I mean, it could be for the better because, maybe it's better for cruiserweights just to have their own show. But, it's kind of odd how, I haven't seen them on Raw lately. it is a 3-hour show. I don't want to see Roman Reigns and like a tag match and a singles match. Like, just put the cruiserweights out there. Yeah, this would kind of be like a Hideo heel turn, I guess. Is he already a heel? Where like, hey man, he's just pissed off because he's been injured all the time, and that like he had to take a shortcut to the championship. So he kind of like befriended Cedric, and then when Cedric's like, what, let's have a match, and then they shake hands and have Hideo just GTS and basically saying, I was playing with you, I was pretending to be your friend so I could get that title shot because I've been injured before, and this is my only opportunity. So it'd be kind of like pretty intense, Hideo Itami really saying like this is one of the biggest matches of his life because you never know what's gonna happen to him. So, and I would have Hideo, and Cedric had a solid run, but like again, Hideo Itami, like him as a heel, I definitely think it'd be good things for 205 Live. So we get to the main show, and I'm not really ordering it, so we're just gonna be going through just like the less important matches to the most important, I guess, as nicely as I can say it. So first is the Raw Tag Team Championship, the Leader of Worlds versus the Authors of Pain, and I would just simple booking. The Leader of Worlds, they keep retaining. Authors of Pain, they keep beating up competition, so they're on a collision course, and they could have some like some weird stuff in here, like Authors of Pain, like they try to attack Bray. Lights go out, he disappears, and then next week they try to attack Matt. Lights out, go out, and they disappear. So like, I'd have like the Leaders of Worlds kind of like really get into Authors of Pain's head, like with this crazy shit that they do. So like, and then it's like, will these mind games affect the Authors of Pain? That'd kind of be like the storyline. I'm thinking about like way more than WWE would think, and they'll just have them have a match. But I'm trying to give them like a little crux in the storyline, so that's kind of how I would have it. And I definitely have Authors of Pain retain. I don't want to see Bray turn on Matt. I want to see Matt turn on Bray. After the match, I feel like a heel woken Matt Hardy would be pretty interesting, just like in TNA. So I feel like that'd be the way to go. So yeah. And then we got the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. I'd have the Bludgeon Brothers versus Sanity. So Bludgeon Brothers won the title of Mania. They go through competition. And Sanity, same thing. They debut after WrestleMania. They plow through competition. And I'd make this a lumberjack match, which would be interesting because all these tag teams in the New Day, the Usos, the Bar, the Club, all these tags have been assaulted pretty much by both of these teams. So it'd be kind of interesting dynamic of like, and also like both of these teams don't fight each other beforehand. So like they have face-offs where like they both retreat and stuff. So it'd be kind of interesting to be like, hey, will these lumberjacks finally get these two teams that they hate to just kill each other? And it'd be pretty awesome, I think. And then I'd probably have Sanity win. I feel like Bludgeon Brothers had a solid run, but Sanity is about to take over. I'd have the numbers game kind of work out for them. So yeah. So next match is the U.S. Championship match, The Miz versus Rusev. So I'd have The Miz beat Jeff Hardy, and this would be cool because you got the extra factors in there. You got Maurice in the Miz's corner and Lana in Rusev's corner. And I kind of have to crutch it a few. Say like the Miz, he's like kind of feuding with Daniel Bryan. He's like taking shots at him and stuff. You can kind of say like, hey, he ended the Yes movement and this Rusev Day movement. Oh no, he didn't end the Yes movement, but he's gonna say like how the Yes movement died off, and he's gonna say like how this Rusev Day, is gonna die off, and like it'd be kind of a cool feud, or like the Miz is trying to end like the hot star, kind of like how Daniel Bryan was a hot star. So the Miz can just take shots at that and say how he ends the Rusev Day thing. He's also gonna end the Yes movement down the line. So it'd be kind of like a build up for the Miz and Rusev, and I'd actually have Rusev win the U.S. title as a face. I feel like it'd be cool to see him, as a face, being like not anti-American, but like be like pro-American, pro fans. You know, he loves the fans. He loves Rusev. It'd be kind of cool to see him as U.S. champion. You know, and I feel like it's a consolation prize for him not winning the WWE Championship. So that'd be a solid match. And keep in mind, I have The Miz as Money in the Bank. So, yeah. Spoiler alert, maybe or maybe not. Next match, IC Championship, Seth Rollins versus Bobby Roode. Now, the Raw has a lot of mid-card talent. They have, like I said, Finn, Baron, Seth, Jinder, Elias. But I'd have Bobby Roode step up here to face Seth. And simple fact being that they kind of have Bobby Roode kind of get jealous, you know, how like the burn it down phrase is kind of taking over his glorious phrase. And on Raw, he'd have a couple, he'd stay face, and then he'd finally turn on Seth saying, hey, man, you took all my glory. Like, people are talking about you. Like, people are talking about you in that gauntlet match. People are talking about you stealing the show. Like, it's not about me. And it's like, but it should be about me because I'm glorious. And then it kind of be like a battle of the catchphrase, you know, glorious versus burn it down. It'd be pretty cool to see. And I'd think Bobby Roode, it's his time, especially as a heel. I think he could hold that IC title. And, you know, not saying Seth didn't make the title prestigious, but I feel like Bobby Roode as a heel IC title can have a long reign, and it'd be great. So, yeah. I'd have that match. And the next match is Sasha versus Bayley. So this is a no title match on here, just a regular singles match. And I basically booked this as, you know, after WrestleMania, they kind of make up. They say, hey, you know what? The Andre the Battle Royal is over with. They kind of make up. They make up. On pay-per-view that they probably have a match with the Riot Squad, whatever, and then that's where Sasha just turns on her, and then Sasha just becomes that bitch in a nice way that we know. You know, Sasha is really, you know, like her ratchet ways are back. Like, she's a boss. You know, like she's shitting on Bayley, saying, hey, she was irrelevant ever since she came up to the main roster, and that she made her relevant in NXT. So it'd be kind of like a real personal feud, which I think would be pretty cool to see. And that the way WWE did this is ass backwards. You know, they had like this weird where Bayley like beat the shit out of Sasha, and then now they're teaming up. It's like, isn't that like, that's ass backwards? They should be teaming up, and then hey, one of them beats the shit out of each other, like saying I had enough of you, and then that's how they start the feud. You know, so I'll get rid of this counseling shit. None of that, you know. And I think it'd be a great match. I believe they're in Brooklyn again too, right? So like, hey man, Sasha and Bayley in Brooklyn can't go wrong. I'd probably have I'd have Sasha win, you know, because Bayley won last. I'd have Sasha win like cheating or something, you know. Next match, SmackDown Women's Championship, Asuka versus Becky Lynch with Charlotte as special guest referee now. So Carmella would beat Charlotte. And then I'd just have Asuka beat the shit out of Carmella in the next pay-per-view because they really like killed Asuka. And I feel like Asuka beating Carmella would kind of have, you know, saved her. Because right now, Asuka's, she's not even on the card. Like, she's like, her character's done. Like, I'm sorry. So I'd have Asuka, beat Carmella, and kind of have like the Becky Lynch story as well. Like, Becky Lynch keeps racking up wins, and then they're on the collision course, you know. And then I'd have Charlotte, you know, be special guest referee. I don't know how I'd make her become one. Maybe like there's a brawl between the two, and like the refs can't break it up. So Charlotte's like, hey, I'll be special guest ref, and it'd be kind of intriguing because, you know, Charlotte beat Asuka. And, like, is she going to try to help Becky because she knows Becky can't beat Asuka? Or is she going to just help Becky because she's her friend? Or maybe she's going to help Asuka because she wants to beat Asuka again. So it'd be kind of intriguing how, like, will Charlotte turn or whatever. And I'd kind of have Asuka win with, like, a bad Becky, like, a missed call. Like, have Becky, like, foot on the rope or something where Asuka pins her. It'll be really, like, you know, kind of like building the seeds towards a Becky Charlotte feud, which I think would definitely be good. So yeah, I'd have Asuka retain, and yeah. And the next match would be the Raw Women's Championship, Nia Jax versus Ronda Rousey. Here's the thing, I'm not really like a big fan of Nia, but like she won the title at a Mania, so I'd keep her strong. This is how you gotta book it. I think you gotta keep her like legit, like badass woman, like the second baddest woman on Raw. Like have her like beat the shit out of everyone, and like she kind of like turns tweener. Like she's kind of getting a little cocky. She beat Alexa Bliss. She beat, like, let's say Amber Moon at Money in the Bank or whatever, and she's kind of saying like she's a shit, like she's the most dominant woman, and then kind of have Ronda, challenge her. I think this would be a better match than Ronda versus Alexa, because like we kind of like feel like Alexa has no chance, but like at least with Nia Jax, it feels like a real like a big fight feel. Like two dominant women going at it. Alexa's not really that. I can't really see her in that vein. And people say I'm not like Alexa hater. She's all right, but like I feel like, and they had a great match at Money in the Bank, Nia and Ronda. So I feel like they could definitely do it, have a better match on a bigger stage, SummerSlam, with a longer build up, or like, hey, two bad women going at it, and I'd have Ronda actually win the belt. I feel like Nia would have a long reign from Mania to here, and I feel like Ronda winning the belt is a good way to go, especially when we're headed to the Evolution pay-per-view. So I got how many more matches do I have? I'm running on 17 minutes, so I'm trying to wrap this up soon. Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens, kind of, I'd kind of keep it the same feud. Braun's kind of, Kevin Owens trying to have Kevin Owens like cost Braun the Money in the Bank or something. Like, I don't know what he does. And then Braun just like, beats the shit out of him. It's kind of hokey with the was it the car stuff and the porta potty stuff. Like, it's kind of, just have like Braun like really, like have Kevin Owens actually get him pissed, like not Braun getting all the Braun's basically like being a bully here. Like Kevin's not really getting much out of it. So I would kind of like change the feud and have like Kevin be like more of a dick to Braun. So once we see at SummerSlam, we're actually excited to see Braun whip Kevin Owens' ass, because like now I'm not really that excited, because like Braun Strowman did so many like worse things than Kevin Owens. Like they're gonna have a match that's not even that bad, in comparison. So like I'd keep that match. I feel like Kevin Owens is a very good heel, and he'll get a lot with Braun Strowman. Next match would be Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. And now this might be like a head scratcher. Like, what do you get? Roman Reigns versus Drew, but I wouldn't have Drew like debut with Dolph. I'll just have Drew like being ass kicker, and it'd kind of be like Drew said he was a chosen one, and now Roman is the chosen one, and he wants to prove that he's still the right pick. So it'd be kind of a cool feud. I feel like it'd give Roman, something else to do while being the title picture, and I think it would be a great match probably. And I'd have Drew win, like the battle of the chosen ones. Like they could cut some good promos on each other. Like Roman saying like, "Hey man, you used to be in 3MB and stuff," and Drew McIntyre could say, "Hey, the only reason you're getting all these shots is because I wasn't here and I was making it bigger somewhere else." So it'd be kind of cool feud for Roman and Drew. And we got 3 more matches. Next is Randy Orton versus Samoa Joe. Now, I know a lot of people love Randy as that heel, that douchebag heel, but I'll just, I'll turn him after this. But, like, I feel like him versus Joe feud would definitely be the way to go to elevate Joe to, title contention. So I'd have, just like Samoa Joe would be like, hey, I'm the baddest man. Like, I'm sick. I'm sadistic. No one could stop me. I just have Randy come on and say like, "Hey, I'm still the Viper," and then give him an RKO, and then kind of have like build promos from there. How like Joe was in another company while Randy was on top, and it's kind of like, hey, they were both on top. but they're in different companies. So kind of like build out as a dream match because it kind of is. Randy Orton versus Samoa Joe is a cool match, and have Joe like getting Randy's head so bad, like Randy's kind of teasing, hey, he might bring back the punt. So it'd be kind of cool match. I'd have Samoa Joe win. The last match, I don't know if I'd have Drew win. I'm not saying because I'm a Roman hater, but I feel like Drew McIntyre's got potential. So for the Roman versus Drew, I'd have Drew win, and for Randy versus Joe, I'd have Joe win. Joe's on his way up. And Randy, he's bulletproof. He can lose. And the last two matches, now we got Shinsuke Nakamura as WWE World Champion versus Daniel Bryan. This is a dream match for both of these two. Daniel Bryan's always said he wanted to face Shinsuke. Shinsuke said he's always wanted to face Daniel Bryan. I feel like these two could have a great match. So I'd have Shinsuke kind of like win the title in the cheap way. Like I say, if AJ gets disqualified or whatever, he wins the belt. So like at Backlash, AJ, Nakamura's about to go for a low blow. AJ blocks it, and he does his low blow himself. And then he kind of loses. Kind of like how Christian won the belt against Randy. I feel like that'd be a good way to book Nakamura. Just like a dick, like a fucking, like a cheater, like a fucking douchebag, So I feel like that'd be a great way to book him. And yeah, Nakamura versus Bryan. And I don't really need to build it myself. It could just be like D-Bry, winning a contenders match or whatever. And hey, challenge him, saying, hey, he's always wanted this match. And ever since he retired, he dreamed of having this match. But now he's going to have this match. But he says he didn't want it with him. He wanted it with the Nakamura he knew in Japan, not this Nakamura. So kind of be like about a promo, and Nakamura could kind of say, Daniel Bryan, I've wanted this match too, but you're a has-been. You're over the hill. It'd be kind of a cool feud, like both saying they want this dream match, but not this type of version of their opponent. So it'd be kind of a different way, a different spin on it. And I'd have, again, Daniel Bryan win the belt, Miz cash in. Hey, I know it's, a lot of people think that's real predictable, but hey, sometimes predictable is good, man. Daniel Bryan gets his belt back and he never lost. Miz cashes in. And we start to chase from there. I feel like that'd be a great moment for D-Bry, celebration at SummerSlam once again. But just like SummerSlam in 2013, someone rains on this parade. It's just, it all ties in, Daniel Bryan winning at SummerSlam just to get screwed. It all ties in beautifully. And now the main event, the reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. And this is a dream match too, like a lot of people used to call Bobby Lashley Black Lesnar. I don't know if you guys remember that, but I'd have, simple build. Brock comes out Raw after Mania. Nobody could beat me. And then Bobby Lashley comes out, gives him a spear, points at him, kind of says, hey, I want that belt. And then Lesnar goes away for a bit. And then we have established Lesnar, or established Lashley, get wins over Roman, get wins over, who else is on Raw? Corbin, whatever. And you just racking up wins. And then have, then just have Brock attack him from behind and say, you embarrassed me last time, that he's going to embarrass Lashley at SummerSlam. So simple feud. They can pull away brawls. They could kind of show like their MMA backgrounds. Kind of be like a lot of videos of these two. A lot of like promos, like video promos, like how interview promos, because both of them are not the best speaker, but like when they're in like interview type setting, I feel like both of them are really good at it. And they can just kind of shoot on each other, say, hey man, Brock Lesnar left when I was coming in. He left because he knew I was the next big thing, and then kind of have that, cool feud. And it is a dream match type. And I actually have like Lashley beat the hell out of Brock. Like, how Goldberg beat Lesnar? I kind of have that match again, kind of like with Lashley winning. I feel like it wouldn't be predictable, and it'd be a cool way to establish Lashley. I mean, I feel like Lashley, when he came in, he came in so lackluster. Like he came in interrupting Elias, who was kind of getting face popped. So Lashley kind of got like a mediocre reaction, but I feel like it was like the main event promo. Lesnar's talking shit, saying he's about to leave the company because he has no competition, and Bobby comes out, beats him up. I think that built intrigue for SummerSlam most definitely. So that is my SummerSlam card, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll just run down through it again. Pre-show, we got Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin. We got Jeff Hardy versus Cien Andrade Almas. We got the Cruiserweight Championship, Cedric Alexander versus Hideo Itami. And then the main show, we got the Raw Tag Team Championships. We got the Leader of Worlds versus the Authors of Pain. SmackDown Tag Team Championship, we got the Lumberjack match, the Bludgeon Brothers versus Sanity. We got the U.S. Championship match, The Miz versus Rusev. We got the IC Championship match. We got Seth Rollins versus Bobby Roode. We got Sasha Banks versus Bayley. We got SmackDown Women's Championship. We got special guest referee Charlotte. Asuka versus Becky Lynch. We got Raw Women's Championship. Nia Jax versus Ronda Rousey. We got Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. Randy Orton versus Samoa Joe. The WWE World Championship, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Daniel Bryan, and the main event, WWE Universal Championship, Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. Thank you guys for tuning into the J-Cast, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.